Hello, so my name is Benjamin, and this is the R portion of the coffee shop import and export assignment, and I'll show you how to work with the same coffee shop data in R and export it to CSV, Excel, HTML, and XML. So at the top of my script, I loaded the packages that were needed, the read Excel, open Excel for reading and writing Excel. So I set my working directory in step 1. As we can see, I start by setting up the working directory to set WD. It's the same folder I used in Python, which is my Python project 7 folder. I printed out the current working directory, confirmed that all these files operations will happen in this very location. So in the next step over here, I printed the message that the import was successful, showing the dimensions of the data frame, and displayed the first few rows. So we can see that the drink, total payment, tip, brief, and order type columns are available. So in step 3 right here, I created coffee brief. So I created a filtered data frame called coffee brief. I used subset to keep only the rows where the brief column equals yes, and I selected just 4 columns: drink, total, brief, and order type. I printed the dimensions and the head of the coffee brief to confirm that it contains only the brief equals yes, records, and only those 4 columns. I exported the coffee brief to a CSV file named coffee brief CSV using the right CSV with row names equals false. This ensures that no extra rows numbers are written to the file, matching the assignment's requirements. So next, I read the CSV back into R using read CSV and stored it in a data frame called coffee brief R1. I printed a confirmation message, the dimension and the first few rows to show that the export and import worked correctly. So on step 6 right here, I built the final filtered data frame coffee brief final, and this basically only keeps the rows where the total is between $5 and $6 inclusive. I added a new record column by assigning the sequence from 1 to the number of rows. Then I reordered the columns so the order is record, drink, total, brief, and order type. I printed the dimensions, the first few rows of the coffee brief final to show the final structure. In step 7, I exported the coffee brief, and first I used XLSX, right? XLSX to write it to an Excel file named coffee brief final XS. I set the sheet name to data and turn off row names so no extra index column is added. Next, I created an HTML table using XTable and wrote it out to coffee brief final HTML. This file can be opened directly in a web browser. So finally, I generated an XML document using XML2 and created a root node named coffee brief final. Loop over all rows, and for each row, I added child elements for record, drink, total, brief, and order type. I then saved this XML to coffee brief final XML. So in conclusion, this R script imports the original coffee shop CSV and filters it to just brief orders, and then totals between 5 and 6, adds to a record field, and exports the final data set CSV, Excel, HTML, and XML without extra row indices. This completes the R portion of the coffee shop import and export assignments. Thank you so much for watching.